everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to what is going to be a fantastic Technique Tuesday show. My name is Natalie Eagleton. I'm going to be the host for this hour. Lisa is producing this morning. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
And over in the demonstration station, it's lovely Bex.
Good morning, everybody.
Do you want to tell everyone what we're doing today?
We are doing scrapbusters.
I think it's such a good idea to do this.
I love this idea. I've been saying that we should do this for ages.
Because we always talk about it, don't we?
Yeah.
Always say, like, don't get rid of this. Don't get rid of that. You want to keep these bits and pieces. Like this is just a section of
this is just
scraps.
this is just a little section, and these are like my decent size scraps. I have even more
like
bitty, smaller ones here as well. I've got topper sets that, like, you know, these demo bags that we take to Hobby Maker.
Yeah, when you've got bits and pieces left.
Bits and pieces left, or stuff that you don't get time to do. We've got little frames here. We've got offcuts. We've got everything, but it'll work with your normal stash as well. You'll find a use for both.
It's such a good idea, and I'm really excited that we're doing this. So we're going to be showing you all sorts of clever tricks to make all of those bits and pieces go further. Those inside frames that we don't use, you know, the ends of your toppers, because we always say, like, there's so much on here, you could make a like a ribbon border or something like that. So we're really going to delve into that today. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned if you are watching. Before we get started though, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. I think this is a great one this week, especially for this Technique Tuesday, because it is our mega storage caddy. And in here, you are going to get 16 of our storage cases. Now, these are fantastic for popping scraps in.
Oh, definitely.
Or, you know, maybe little bits of mirror that you could be using for your sentiments. All different bits and pieces like that. It is perfect for this. You get 16 of these. These are also great for your ink pads. You fit 6 ink pads in. They're fantastic for little book pages, for pens, for pencils, gemstones, glue dots. I'm trying to think of all the things that fit in them now. There's loads. Foam pads I didn't. That's what I was thinking of. Honestly, they are essential and great for sort of like on-the-go crafting as well, because you can just close this up and everything that you need is in one place.
Yes. 3
lucky winners are going to win that today, and all you have to do is like, share and comment below. How long was the first Christmas movie? Was it A, 1 minute, B, 5 minutes, or C, 8 minutes long? Like, share and comment for your chance to win, and we'll announce the winner on Friday's show. Now, there is so much that we've got really good deals of, actually, in this show. So first of all, we're going to start off with topper sets, because let's be honest, as a crafter, topper sets are sort of like the main thing that we use, especially here. And there's lots of bits and pieces from your toppers that we don't even think about using when it comes to crafting. So it could be the sort of like edges here, it could be the middle frames, it could be that you've got leftover sentiments or button toppers. How are we going to incorporate them with other things that we've got? So we have over 99 individual topper sets available for you on our website. Now, all of these are going to come with your topper. You're going to get printed cardstock and plain cardstock. They're normally $3.99 each. You can get any of them for $3.99 each, but we have a special deal on our toppers where you get any 5 for the price of 4, so that is going to bring them down. And these are just a few of those toppers that we have available for you. So these ones are our sporting pastimes. So we've got a selection of different sports and hobbies in here. We've got golf, we've got fishing, we've got Formula 1, you'll find cricket, football as well included in this one. Then we've got things like sailing, cycling. So we've really tried to give you a great mix. We've also got the fairy decadence in here. This is a beautiful sort of like whimsical collection. You can get some pressed petals. That's available on the website. Garden treasures as well. Really sweet. That one's on Matastic too, so that gives you a little bit more usability, especially when it comes to sort of like adding bits and pieces onto that. And then we've got special days as well. There's lots and lots of special days toppers available for you to get. And Special Days is perfect because it's one of those kits where they are specifically designed for certain occasions that will come up throughout the year. There's some stained glass elements on there, so we've got our florals. I still can't believe we've got florals available, to be honest.
I know. The choice is incredible, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it? This is your butterfly jewel. So we have so many different varieties as well. This is the stained glass wonderful wildlife. So if you love that stained glass, but you're wanting to have it in like a different design, we've got that golden oldies too. You can pick up your golden oldies images. We've also got this one, which is your blushing blossoms, and this one comes with your beautiful pink foiling. So if you're looking for different things maybe to try out in your crafting, that's available too. Pretty poppies, there's just a few available on there, but that is just a handful of all of our topper sets we have available, because we have over 99 available on the website right now. So if you want to stock up on certain toppers, or you've got a certain theme or occasion, or maybe you're wanting to make cards for or invites for a party, then get your topper sets in this way, because it's going to save you a lot of money. Bex, are you ready for your first demo?
I think so.
Are we going to focus on like the topper side of things?
Yes, we can do. We absolutely can do. To be honest, I've kind of not really focused anywhere really. I've got some bits. I've genuinely just scouted around the office this morning. I have this bag of demo bits from Hobby Maker that I've got left over. There's definitely an inside frame in here. So I'm just going to delve into this weird little bag and just see what happens. See what happens. We've got kind of all sorts in here. Right, so we've got a middle frame there. We've got one sentiment topper. That's all you need, isn't it? Just one.
So.
And then we've got a couple of other little button ones. And again, that might be extravagant for scrap busting, but we'll see. And then we've got some strips here. Now these don't even match the kit, but I think they'd go so well. These are from the diamond kit that we've just launched.
Oh, okay.
And then that's going to be, again, we was going to use that as like a side border, but I think that'll be a bit too purple. So we can maybe squeeze that in a different technique. But as Natalie said, you with topper sets, do have a look at all your backing sheets, because obviously, as you can see, we've taken, this was a concept card, so we've had to take everything off to simply make it. But, you know, that's, what is this? It's like the best part.
Three-quarters of an inch?
Yeah, about half an inch, 3/4. Amazing. That's a ribbon border right there.
Yep.
So do go through all your topper sets and have a look for those. So I'm just going to put these to one side. Now, I kind of don't think it really matters that we've got silver and pink going on here.
Do you know what would work really good with this type of a technique as well? Is your layout libraries.
The layout library would be amazing,
especially with like
it?
those different shapes, because there's 3 different shapes of like inside frames there, but they're all gonna work really nicely. It could be like apertures, you could be layering them on top of different coloured papers.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a really fun sort of like layout that you kind of you've put together with just frames. You've not even added anything else.
I know. I'm already like, should that just be the basis of my card? Should I have
really
them overlapping and that one there?
It's really cool.
So I've kind of got a little piece here.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a ready-made topper in itself, isn't it? We should maybe put this arch over that.
The arch looks good with that one.
And then I'm thinking maybe, because like I say, we have got these little button ones as well. I'm thinking that'd go quite nicely in there with maybe a sort of button one in the centre.
That's very cute.
And then we've got this one, which I think had corners in another lifetime. And then we've got these ones as well. So we've got absolutely loads to be...
And lots of different colours and patterns, because it's all from one collection. That
yeah.
you're going to be able to bring together and work together as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get some foam pads on this little inner frame here. So we need some foam pad strips for this. So let's just delve in and see what we've got. Ah, here they are. So let's get some foam pads on all of these frames. And again, we do lots of these, you know, with double frames. In fact, nearly every topper set, you'll find an inner and an outer frame on most of them. Some of them are just literally plain silver and plain gold. But I didn't want to, I just kind of wanted to use what's lying around really and make it seem just really, I don't know, just do the most authentic demos that we can with this.
Yes.
So And again, this is like, you know, when we had the goodie bags and it's like kind of crafting on the fly. Like I've got ideas, but I wasn't sure how things would turn out.
Just going to see what you've got, what bits and pieces work together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see who's joining us this morning then, over on Facebook and on YouTube. Good morning to Jackie, Viv, Janie, Heather's watching us this morning as well.
Amazing.
Lots of people mentioning that it's quite quiet today. We have recently switched over some of our mics, so we are sort of like trialing them at the moment. I think there's some new ones coming as well, isn't there? We're just trying to...
I can't turn it up any further from my side.
It's as high as it can go.
More new wires that are better quality.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
We're aware of it. We're working on it.
We are. We're on it.
You'll have to bear with us.
So let's get some foam pad strips on this square one. Now this scrap is only just kind of small enough for this, but it's absolutely fine. We may as well use it. And again, we could probably, let me just look what's on the other side. Yeah, no, I definitely want that spotty pattern. It's a lot heavier than the sort of rose petal one on the other side.
Like with that image you've taken there from the, I think it's from the 8x8 paper pad, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you've instantly made another topper.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
when we say, like, keep these frames because you can make toppers out of them. You can use them with little books, with picture perfect pads, with all different types of things like that. This is what we mean. They come in so handy.
They really do. They absolutely do. They're so handy. And like you say, it's just... Surely it's better than that going in the bin. Look how nice it is.
I know.
So, yeah, absolutely. You're right. It's not just us say, you know, it's difficult to demonstrate because obviously sometimes with the kits we've got to show off like, you know, the big, the big fancy toppers, and we've got to really get in there with those demos. So we do say it and we don't always, you know, sort of say as we do, not as we say, like, you know, but
at the time
it's really difficult, isn't it? But it's just one of those things. So we're going to pop
that circle one.
I love that circle one. This is a leftover one from the kit. So I think what we'll do is
using the different shapes is so nice as well, because that's something we never do.
No, mix and match in your shapes.
Mix and match shapes of toppers.
No, and they're clearly from like different kits, and I think that's why we've got the different shapes, because yeah, you've got those sort of. And then let's get that right. So that is pretty much our layout done. I just need to find maybe if we have. Again, I kind of want, what have we got on here? Again, can I just, that's a little bit tight. It's not quite enough. Let's have a look what we've got on here. Again, I'm thinking maybe this plain pattern again. And again, it'll really let our topper stand out. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of construction glue. To put on top of my foam pads, just so that it gives me that
extra bit of wiggle.
Yeah, with this pattern paper, because I want it to sit right on the edge, just to, again, just capture that little bit of, tiny bit of lace there. So that'll just give me that extra bit of wiggle room. We're just going to cut that down. And
Michelle says, I've got a box of frames that I've been hoarding and watching with interest.
Oh, amazing. No pressure. So that is going to be kind of our layout. Let's pop this on an 8x8. Yeah, and we'll pop that in the middle there. So again, I'm just going to grab some foam pads.
I wonder if anyone else as well who's watching us this morning. We've got so many people watching on Facebook. Good morning, Fiona, Penny, Gaz is watching as well.
Oh,
Denise, Kim, Karen. Does anyone have any tips and things that they do with their scraps?
Yes, please let us know.
Things that they found come in really handy when, you know, you're using all of the different bits and pieces. Let us know, because we would love to share those tips and tricks with everyone.
Yeah, we would. And if we've got time, we can get them demoed or at least squeeze the technique in.
Yeah.
So we absolutely will. Do let us know. Right, we've got one on there, so we just need one more on here. So we've got Get Well Wishes. And we've got that. So I'm thinking.
Fiona as well says, I have many of these weird little bags of bits.
Weird little bags of bits. Me too. Me too. Right, let's try and get a background. So we will Sort of, again, I don't know whether to do it like a...
Oh,
yeah,
add
like
another
a
colour in.
Yeah, just throw another colour in. I don't know, we'll see.
I like that.
So I'm just going to do it.
You could even use one of the floral strips that you've got left.
That's what I'm
to,
thinking,
like,
and then
them together.
Merge the joins. Yeah, for sure. So we'll do it to the full 8x8, and we'll have 2 strips of 4. Again, this is probably more than you'd have as a scrap, but it technically is a scrap. I must have used it for something else.
We do this though, don't we? Because we use cardstock for making like shaped cards, or
yeah.
So we've only got like long strips of A4 left over. And unless you're really doing like a DL,
yeah,
you
you
struggle
can't
to use those bits and pieces.
It is difficult to use it again, isn't it? Absolutely. So let's pop this again. Just keep coming back to the mat and seeing where you're at with things. Do you know what? I don't even think
so good.
That join doesn't even really bother me that much. Let's get that on. This does feel like the most random card I've ever made, but I actually kind of really like
cool.
it.
It's nice to see how it's all like coming together and like the different elements that you're adding on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm always really honest and say, like, I kind of get a bit nervous crafting on the fly. I find it really difficult to not know where I'm going to end up. But
I like seeing the process though.
Seeing the process, I know it is good, isn't it?
Because it's really nice to see how your brain works and like you're moving things, and then how you've decided what like patterns you've decided to use.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely, like you say, is a fun process. I do have to let it go that it is a little bit more nerve-wracking than, you know, a prepped card start to finish. But you know what, that actually looks fine. It really doesn't, you know, you can just make a really beautiful card with this. So
we've got some good ideas here, people, as well.
Yay!
So Erica says the frames are great to frame photos in scrapbook
yes,
layouts.
That's the best use.
Idea.
Yeah.
Pauline says I use bits for for die cutting.
Yeah, die cutting.
I also like to use them in the way that you are.
Yeah, and like making little separate toppers. Such a great idea. Okay, let's get this on.
Oh, I like this one as well. Midge says I use cut-offs for printing names on cards, as I have many alphabet dies and make them mostly for friends and family.
Oh, that's amazing.
Rachel says I cut them into strips on a mirror mat and use them in a herringbone pattern.
Oh, we're going to do that.
That is a favourite technique of ours here.
Yeah, we are going to do that. Right. And then I just think...
Well, Lorraine says she uses strips of lace to cover up like lines like that.
Ooh.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah, or ribbon or whatever you've got, twine, anything. So let's pop that there.
Woven strips as well, says Karen.
Yeah, I love that.
I do love that. That does look really good when you like weave them all together.
Right, let's pop some gemstones on that little plain bit. And then that's it. I think we're good to go. It's a really cute little get well wishes card, all from bits and pieces. We've got some generous scraps and some really teeny tiny ones.
It just looks like a really cool photo frame.
It does, doesn't it? Almost like a little scrapbook card
on someone's wall in a house. Do you know when you have like
like
different frames?
Yeah, oh, like a little gallery wall.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. And again, like I just had those 3 little button topper sets, and the frames are from a completely different kit altogether, and a few paper pad scraps. And I think bulked out into that card is just really, I'm kind of pleased with how that's
really cool.
You would not think that is just from random old bits from my demo from Hobby Maker.
No, absolutely not. So it really does show like how you can sort of bring bits and pieces together, and if you're wanting to use like die sentiments, you can add die sentiments onto there, or like essential book of sentiments as well if you're wanting to add more bits and pieces to that. I'd say the shape sentiments, but I don't think we have any in stock anymore, which is really, really sad. But that's a fantastic thing that you can sort of like use all of the bits and pieces from topper sets or collections, like keep everything. And one thing that we do here is we use the bags that your products come in, and we stick them to the back of like say like little books, duo design pads, and we pop them in there. So although we have like, say, this essential book that's got like all of the bits in, anything that we've cut down from there will have like bags that are like with scrap bits connected to them. So if we just need a strip, or we just need to do like a little tag or a banner, we can use it from our scraps instead of like cutting into larger pieces. It works so well.
Great technique.
So the next thing we're going to show you is all of our paper pads, because paper pads are really good. Obviously we cut into these a lot, we use them with little different bits and pieces, but it's really handy and helpful to show you through some of these. And again, we have them on great offers as well. So these are our Essential Selection paper pads. Now these were designed by our fantastic team of card designers in the office. However, these specific pads were actually asked for by you guys. So this is something that we brought this year. They're A5 in size. It was something that lots of people requested for this size. And they're also matte-tastic, so we can use them with stamps. We can use them with pearlescent powders. We can use them with gilding flakes and stuff like that to add lots of dimension. And it gives it a different look, because before these, we didn't do any paper pads that were matte-tastic. So these really stand out from the rest. Now, these are only two for £10. Individually, they're £7.99 each. So that brings them down to £5 per pad here. And there's 48 sheets in all of them. So I'm going to run you through the designs we've got, and I'll flick through those pads as well. So this is our lace selection. This is one of our most recent ones. Now, we can sneak peek and say that we have been working on our next launch of Essential paper pads, which are coming to you very soon, and they are just as delightful as these ones. The lace is beautiful in here because it almost looks like a tapestry lace. It's very three-dimensional. It has a lot of sort of layers to it, and it comes in a really nice, beautiful selection of colorways. Not too bright, not too dull though either, so it's perfect for wedding cards, anniversary cards, for using with floral elements like the scraps you've just used as well.
Some of those would work great.
It would have mixed and matched perfectly in with those bits and pieces. One that works really nicely with your lace is your marble. Now this is phenomenal as well. Lots of different styles of marble, almost going into some of that like agate design as well that you would imagine to see within your gemstones if you were to sort of like cut them down the middle, and then you've got more of that sort of like really nice subtle marble design as well. Almost looks like sort of clouds in there, but a really nice mix of patterns and colours, and together with that lace makes the most stunning cards. Then we've got an Essential, which I know from the design team is their absolute favourite. It is our Essential Selection script. Now this is beautiful, and it works in so many different ways. We've got lots of different colours and sort of like textures from the paper here. Lots of almost like different types of worn papers as well. You've got some that have got watermarks on them. You've got some that have got sort of like that burn edge to them. Really pretty designs. Some of the text is quite obvious, some of the text is just sort of like in the background, but this is a favourite. Lots of people love using this with die cut pads and also with your pocket pads as well. So that is your script. We've then got this is another favourite, your weathered wood.
Oh yeah,
everyone loves the weathered wood. So this one again, super essential. Really nice mix of colours in here. You've got that sort of painted weathered wood. You've got your standard sort of browns and ashy colours. But the texture that you get from that sort of like chipped paint is really nice on here. So any two for £10 on these. Make sure you're getting all of them. So that's the most recent one. And then in January we brought out these ones for you. So we've got watercolour. Again, this is a technique we can be doing with our inks, but why would you do it with your inks when you can pop it out of here and you can make a card in minutes? No mess, no waiting for things to dry, and there's such a good selection of colours in that one as well. So that's your watercolour. We've then got your check, another fantastic design, all single-sided, all on 150 GSM as well, and then another favourite of ours is this one. This is your rainbow.
Oh, I love this one.
This is super fun. Loads of really cool patterns in there. You've got bokeh, you've got glitter, you've got ombre, you've got tie-dye, and one we use a lot in the office as well. And finally, with our Essential paper pads, the last one we have for you is our craft. So there's 8 to choose from currently. Very soon you will have 12 different pads to choose from in your any 2 for £10. And lots of these designs as well mix and match really nicely with the brand new selections that we are bringing you in our festive sort of designs. So any 2 for £10 on essential paper pads. And honestly, we use these 2 products probably the most in terms of crafting, when we're using dies, when we're using papers. They all come in super, super handy. And then the next one we have for you is your Duo Design paper pads. Now these are only 3 for the price of 2, £11.99 each these ones are. Your Duo Design paper pads are a satin finished paper. So if you like that sort of sheen to your cards, these are perfect. They're also double-sided. So we designed these that you could pop out one page and the reverse of the design would match up perfectly with the other side. So let me show you like this so you can see how they are designed to work. So the reverse of your paper works really nicely on the front. So if you want to do origami on your cards, this is perfect. Paper piecing, paper folding, oh, I can't remember what it's called.
There's tea bag folding as well.
Tea bag folding. What's the one where you cut it into strips? Iris folding.
Iris folding,
Iris folding is great with this as well. So these are, we've got loads of these available. This one is your Bright Blooms and Trailing Leaves. One that has been reprinted the most out of all of them. Your vintage maps and age papers. This was one of the very first ones that we launched for you. And this comes in really, really handy. If you're a scrapbooker, if you're a journaler, you're going to love that one. We've got Midnight Florals and Vintage Crackle. This one's very pretty. The florals are super, super dark and moody in this one.
Oh,
great for fussy cutting out as well, layering up, creating decoupage, cutting out these images again with your middle frames like Bex has just done in that demo. That works great. Hidden Galaxies and Starry Nights is a perfect one. On one side you've got sort of like the very cutesy designs with the stars on. On the other side you've got those beautiful galaxy designs. Again, something you would be able to create with your dies, but you don't have to here, and you have it in so many different varieties. You've got that light coming through. It's almost like someone has taken loads and loads of pictures in a night sky of the galaxies and then popped it into a paper pad for you. Elegant Blossoms and Luxuriously Quilted is another design we have for you. This one has that gorgeous, like almost like 3D paper damask effect, and then you've got the beautiful quilted cushion on the reverse. Nicely Natural and Neutral Hessian is another design. This is a very, very sort of like beige in colourways, but it's quite neutral and works perfectly with lots of different elements. You've got loads of different patterns on the one side and the Hessian on the other. Delicate Damask and Subtle Stripes is another one. This reminds me of like Victorian style wallpaper. Really, really nice designs and patterns in here, and then of course you've got that stripe design. So if you're wanting to do sort of like that gallery wall sort of like house, maybe it's a new home card.
All the frames would work so well on that. The frames would look really nice.
Pastel Plaids and Cheerful Check. So again, really, this is unlike you check in the essentials where you've got lots of different styles and colours and variations of check. This one is a lot more of a sort of like summery springtime selection. You've got really nice sort of different patterns on both elements there, very sort of like girly in colourways. And this is another favourite as well. This is our cottage wallpaper and gingham tablecloth. We use this gingham so much in our cards, and again another great selection of gingham patterns here, and it just goes with so many things. It goes with so many styles, so many designs as well. So we've got that in there, and then an absolute favourite of ours and requested by the card makers here at Hunky Dory, mainly because we all love a bit of crochet. It's our colourful crochet and the wonderful wool as well. So you've got the crochet patterns on one side, the wool designs on the other. Great for fussy cutting, great for like piecing together, good for cutting into like border strips. Really, really nice for anyone who just likes mixing crafts together, you know, soft craft and papercraft often go quite hand in hand. You'll always find someone who does both of those crafts as well. So a favourite of ours there. So that is just a selection really, not all of the designs we have for you for our duo designs, but a selection of the duo designs you can get on the website. Any 3 for the price of 2. Should be $11.99 each. So you're getting, you're buying 3 and you're getting 1 for free. Let's go back to Bex. What are we going to do this time?
Right, we are going to show off some strips and squares and fun things. So we've got some strips here. These are just, there was like 3 inches left on that with the full length. And oh no, there was 4. Yeah, there was 4 and then there was 3 of those. So I thought, well, that's fine. These are from 2 different pads, but it's absolutely fine. Again, I think they just cut off a little bit or etc. This was just the one that was actually in the studio.
Like just loose sheets that were available.
Yeah, just kind of loose sheets, maybe like the last one left in the pad. So you can tell that the bits have been cut off, and then I've cut them into 1-inch strips just to make them all uniform. They're 2 different pads, but they work great. This is from the check and this is from the rainbow, and obviously they've all got that matte finish, so they're going to go really well together. And then I think we're going to do some squares. I mean, I think this is from the, what is this from? Tranquil Gardens, the club gift.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Honestly, there's just that scrap down there, so I thought, oh, well, we'll do something.
We'll bring
with
it
that.
in.
We'll bring that in.
There's loads of purple in that selection that you've already chosen. So
I know, yeah, exactly.
Your pink would work really nice as well. That yellow's a great focus. So there's so many different like options for
cards
and layering, for like adding bits and pieces onto here.
Right, let's do this. We'll try and squeeze in. What have we got here? Should we do? Ooh. Should we do the green and then? Though we could do
I think
both.
the green would make it look.
The green would really make it
stand
pop,
out,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's do that then. So we'll have this green. Now this is adorable, scoreable, but it doesn't really offend me mixing and matching for scrap cards. So we'll do a 5x5 card, and again, it'll just allow, doing a slightly smaller one will just allow me to do it kind of quickly and squeeze some more bits and pieces in. Now a herringbone background is just simply just like what you see in tiling or in anything like that. You just want to lay your strips out. They don't even really have to be even.
No.
And then you want to lay the other ones in the opposite direction. Now look how much is coming off your card. You are going to be able to cut and then bring back in, and cut and bring back in. It depends on how big you make your card.
So you don't actually need that many scraps, do you, or lengths of scraps to be able to make a card like this?
No, again, if you want to, you can just start off with maybe like 2 or 3, and then just kind of go from there. You don't have to go from a particular point. You can do.
I love this as well. Melanie says, I love the bag on the back of card idea. Nicola says, I also keep the bags because I use them as like packaging for cards.
Yes.
And lots, I can't find it now, but someone says using the bags for, oh, there we go. The cellophane is also great for shaker cards. So the bags that you get your kits in, you can make really nice thin shaker cards with that. Just like we would do with our cellophane bags, you can use it in exactly the same way. Cut it down, red liner tape, and that's a great way of sort of like saving for things like that.
Again, if it was just going to go in the bin anyway.
Exactly.
It's just a great little...
Cut them all down. You've got loads and loads of sheets, because everything you get here mostly comes in a bag now. So
yeah, exactly. Right, and then let's go back in with our...
Melanie says, I have a question. The Matte-tastic kits are gorgeous. I love the matte foiling. Can we buy matte mirror for layering? Thank you. Our satin mirror selection has that gorgeous sort of like matte finish. I do believe that we sell the gold and silver separately, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We've asked Dan if we can do it. Lisa's looking. But the satin mirror mega mix is definitely, it has the gold and silver and all the other colours in there in that gorgeous sort of like finish.
Gold and silver adorable scoreable we sell.
The gold and silver adorable scoreable, of course, that would work for your matte selections. Yeah, there's lots of different options for you there, but yeah, your gold and silver adorable scoreable has a really nice sort of like matte finish that you could use with your matte collections.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. That honestly, I came back off maternity leave and I was like, where has that been?
It's so
all
nice,
this time.
isn't it?
It's so good. I can't believe how often I just reach for it.
It's an essential really as well. We do use it every single day now.
Yeah, we really do. Okay, so again, I'm just bringing in, once you get to these little bits, you can start using some of your really teeny tiny little offcuts, like this triangle bit here. I can definitely squeeze that on the end of there. You want plenty of tape because there's not a lot for it to cling to.
Yeah. Crazy with your tape, make sure it doesn't move.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what you can do is start building up, like I'm going to move to the other side so that's got plenty of time to kind of tack on. So again, let's just get some tape on the end of this one. And this is great because like the tape runner is fantastic for this, because I used to just use construction glue and it's so much less messy using tape. What I am going to do,
you can easily cut through the tape, can't you? If you do it the other way around, it can be a bit tricksy sometimes.
Yeah.
With your glue, and then you've got to wait for it to dry.
Dry, yeah. It's just so much easier to like demonstrate it this way.
Michelle says that she uses double-sided sticky sheets.
That's a really good technique.
Do this technique, so you're not actually popping any glue down on the tabs. You've got like a sticky sheet down, and then she says she uses her gilding flakes in the middle to like grout the strips.
I was just about to say I've done that with glitter before. It's such a good technique. It's fantastic, isn't it?
I love that idea.
I love that. Honestly, it's absolutely worth getting a bit messy for. Yeah, and using your sticky sheets.
I can't think what collection it was in recently. I think it was actually with the Duo Design paper pads, or the Essential paper pads. But Kat created a really cool card, and it was kind of like ripped up pieces of paper.
Okay.
So she just got like a sheet of the different designs. She'd rip them all up in no particular order at all.
Okay.
And then she kind of like pieced them all back together using a sticky sheet as well. So if you're wanting to create something that's got a lot of like texture in it, something quite grungy, that's a really nice way of using your double-sided sheets as well.
That is an amazing idea. Right, so I'm just going to grab those off of there. And again, you could absolutely go right down to the bone with this and just make it over and over again. But in the interest of time, that's our beautiful little background.
It's just so fun, isn't it?
It's
and it
so
gives it
fun.
Such a nice point of interest.
Absolutely, and you can do this in whatever way. You can make every single background look totally unique. Okay, so let's show some more techniques off. So if we were doing, let's do some squares as well. So let's do this to a different size. So we'll do 3 3/4, and then we'll do maybe 7 3/4 here. So again, this is just, it's a very good scrap, but let's see what we've got left of this tiny, so that's like, yeah, let's do that to 1 3/4. We'll have that teeny little bit, and then we'll cut this into some squares, and then I want to do that sort of, that background with the squares coming off that you can do as well.
Sort of like off the edge?
Yeah, off the edge. So we've got that, and then again, let's
what other colours have we got?
I don't know, I'm just going to see if we've maybe got just something else that'll
Is
go
there like
with
a pink from the leftovers that you were using before?
Oh yeah, there definitely is. I've got that bag over there somewhere. Let's have a look.
You could do it with colours as well.
Yeah,
like
just normal colours. Well. Oh, let's go in with, again, we've got some of the more purpley shades on here, just to bulk it out and just sort of, it doesn't really matter, it's just to show the technique more than anything. So again, we'll cut those down into little squares.
I do love doing this with background papers.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
These two techniques that you're showing now are probably my favourite things to use and create for backgrounds, especially when you've got like a topper from a little book, or say like a pocket pad, and you don't have anything that really goes with it.
Yeah, you can make your own.
You can make your own, and it works with like pattern papers like Bex is using here. With shimmer card, it works really nicely.
Yeah, shimmer card works great.
What other things can we do it with?
Again, you could Miri.
Looks really good.
Oh, Miri works great.
You can emboss these designs as well.
Yeah,
and have
100%.
them come in.
100%. So again, you might not have squares this big, but you can just see what you've got in your own stash and create this from scraps. Again, you could be mixing and matching loads of different things. So if you've not...
Oh, Lorraine says you could put peel-offs in between.
Peel-offs,
love
yes.
the idea of peel-offs.
We love peel-offs. So again, we're just getting that wonderful kind of background in there. And again, these are two completely different collections. We've got Adorable Scoreable in here. You know, if you just really just take that time to rummage through your scraps. I actually colour code. I don't really anymore because I unfortunately do not have the luxury of time. But I actually colour code my scraps at home.
Oh,
and
that's
put them
a good
in,
idea.
Put them in like purples, pinks, metallics. And then when I just want a bit of something, maybe a little border strip, or I want to do a background like this, I just reach for the colour I need and then just start mixing and matching.
Do you know what would be really good for doing that with? Your, is it the divider storage?
Yeah.
Because you've got those little tabs at the top as well.
Yeah.
So you could put like pink,
blue, label the
colours. And then just
colours.
put all of your different bits and pieces into them.
Yeah, 100%.
Or even with your mega storage caddy as well.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Tinier bits of paper.
Yeah,
you can do that with my mum does it with like vinyl that she's used as well.
Oh yeah, of course, because that's really expensive. You don't want to be wasting any of that. Again, it's like every kind of craft. You know, I'm sure people that craft with fabric and do sewing, you know, you don't want to waste any of your fabric just because it's paper.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same principle. You don't want to be wasting anything. You know, it's just, you know, it takes us a lot of time and we spend a lot, you know, we invest a lot of money in our supplies. Don't let them, you know, make them work hard for you. So we're just going to bring that scrap back in just to cover this corner.
Little sound update.
Yeah.
New wires are coming next week.
Next week.
Next week, new wires.
Next week we should have new wires. So in the meantime, you're just going to have to turn us up for a little bit, but we will. Dan's ordered them. I'm guessing that's what he was here for. He's ordered new ones.
He's already on the case. Right, and then we're going to go with, this isn't in stock, is it? So
that one is.
Oh, this one is?
Yeah, I think so.
Bigger Book of Sentiments.
She shaped sentiments that have gone.
Oh, the shaped ones.
I see. Are they gone already, or are they still available, or they were going?
They were. I love those shaped sentiments. They are so good. We got like a
very few left.
Very few.
Very few. That's not what we like to hear, Lisa.
Many happy returns. And again, we can just pop that on there. And then that's your card done. You know, if you want to turn it into a card, just a sentiment, and that's enough. And then we'll see if we can find one in that really delicious green colour. And then again, I can just pop that into a drawer, into a box, and have it whenever.
Background's ready to go.
Background's ready to go.
You can sort of like layer them up as well if you were doing like a thingy challenge.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like the layout challenge or the sketch challenge, for sure. Absolutely. And again, we could pop a little book image or a pocket pad on here. I don't have this green in
like
here.
Your yellow or your pink would work really nice.
Yellow would, yeah, I did think about putting a little pop of pink. Where is it? Oh, the yellow one's here. Let's go with that. Oh, and then we could go in with this celebrating style, this little banner.
That's
and
cool.
We could just pop that there. And again, it sort of goes into that zigzag feel.
Yep.
So I've got 2 cards absolutely ready to go. Have we got time for one more little technique?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
do it.
Amazing, let's do it. Right, you're going to say this is extravagant because we are using a whole piece of A5, but this isn't the main technique. I'm going to bring in, I hope it works. And we are using the shape sentiment, which is gone, but you can just replace it with something else. It was just simply that I had it lying around on my desk. I just had this random little happy birthday. So me and you worked on the Miri Book of Numbers the other week, didn't we?
We did.
With the tightest time frame ever.
It was ridiculous.
It really was.
Less than 24 hours.
Yep. We still did good though. I love those cards.
We did so good.
They're some of my favourite.
The best pads.
ever.
I think I've ever worked with. They are so much fun. The alphabet and the numbers.
Yeah.
They are essential.
They absolutely are. So we're going to go in with our weathered wood from here, and then we're going to go in with some of those mirror numbers. I'm going to switch to my dotty tape runner, and I did say to Lisa, I was like, is this a bit crazy? But I'm going to bring in this waste sheet here and just sort of have this on top, and then we're going to make a 90th birthday card with this. So what I want to do is I'm going to trim this down so that it'll make more of a matten layer.
Okay.
I'm going to bring in this 90, pop the ordinal on, and my little sentiment.
A really cool idea.
I know it looks a bit weird now.
Do you know what as well? If you, it's a bit crazy to think of doing this, but if you kept all of the middle bits, you could place the middle bits
Place them back in. I know. I didn't. This was just literally on my desk.
Another thing this is really good for is masking through it.
Yes.
You can mask through it and just do like your letters.
Yes.
I don't know if we've got any.
I was going to say, have we got any inks in here?
Because like with a dark blue, that would look really good. Do you want me to get some?
Yeah, let's do it. Have we got time, Lisa?
We've always got time.
We've always got time.
We've still got another section to go through yet, Beth.
Oh, perfect. Let's do it.
I'm in no rush, it's fine.
Lisa's in no rush. It's fine. Right, let me get ready then. We've got some little sponges here, but I just need an ink pad. And we probably need some ink me as well, don't we, Lisa? But I can get that.
There should be some, is there any...
Stamping card, yes.
We might need to put some stuff over there.
No, we're okay. I'll just...
And because it's matte-tastic as well, your pad, you'd be able to ink straight onto that background as well if you wanted to.
Oh my goodness, yeah, if I'd have thought about it more.
Lots of blues in there, if they'll work.
Let's go in with that royal blue. I've got a sponge. Oh, and I've got a handle as well. That's perfect.
I think there might be a sponge on the back of it.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, let's use one that we've already got. Thanks, Nat. I love doing these technique shows and just seeing where we get to. This was not how I.
It's fun though, isn't it? Because like one idea leads to another idea, and then we're still here.
Let's maybe pop it on this corner.
You could also like mask off any bits that you wanted to, if you just wanted like single numbers.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking that. I was like, I'm going to try and do that.
But yeah, don't be wasting any of these bits.
Don't waste any of this. This is just like a homemade mask right there. So I'm just going to tack that down with some of my purple tape. Okay.
Your finger daubers as well would be quite good.
Finger daubers would be great.
Into, like the little sections.
This is the thing with these shows and like crafting on the fly is that yeah, you just sort of see where it takes us. Right, so let's grab. Oh my gosh, what a great idea! So just going in with a little corner. We're being quite gentle because obviously it's not going to be as strong as like your Mylar sheets or your actual masks. But like you say, just don't waste it. This was honestly going to go in the bin when I was like leafing through my scraps. This was at the bottom and I just thought, can we do anything with this?
We can always do something.
We can always do something. Let's pop that back on. And then maybe go in next with this Stormy Night. You don't have to, it's just we're going to add a little bit of ombre to it.
Nice.
Again, just to get that nice, deeper sort of blue in there. Well, I really hope this has helped some people. If not, it's been a lot of fun.
This is another great one as well. Michelle says you could use the number outlines as stencils for pyrography.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anything that you want to like draw the line on. You could be using it with like cake making as well. Do you know, to go over with like icing?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then like lift it off or wait for it to dry and then lift it off.
Oh, see, I love that.
This looks really cool.
Oh, my goodness. So again, just being super gentle, peeling that off. And then again, you've got that ready-made background. And if you were doing just a 7th birthday card, like you say, you could mask off the 777.
And just have it as like a border across the card.
Oh, I love that.
But you've got the ability to move that across as well. So you can use it and tile it and you can do it on any different elements. You could use a different colour and like layer it on a different angle. So
Yeah.
you're creating like a full background.
A full
with
background.
numbers.
Yeah, 100%. So you could go in this way and start doing the other way. Again, like you say, you could make a topper out of this. Oh my goodness.
There's so many different things we can do with these pieces. I absolutely love it.
I'm buzzing for this. I love it.
It's so much fun, isn't it?
And that's it. And sometimes having you and Lisa and the audience here.
Yeah.
This show has just evolved from what we thought.
Brings you lots of different ideas and lots of different thoughts and different ways that you can use your elements for these cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just going to lay this on here now. And again, let's
Dotty tape runner is going to work really nice with that, isn't it?
That's what I just need to trim off a little
edge.
A little bit of an edge, yeah. I think it's just the length that's too long. Yeah, it is. I reckon about 0.5 centimetre should do it. Where are we at? Because it's like 21, isn't it? A A5 card. Let me look. A5 21, so. Yes it is. Right, so let's like cut about, let's just cut a little smidge off this side.
You've got a lot more available on the top, haven't you, to remove?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm going to go in with that's better. And then that looks a bit more even then.
Janie says, I love this idea.
It's great, isn't it?
And Janie says, me being me, I'd use gems to make the holes in the 6s and the 8s.
Yeah, oh, that'd be such a good idea. I love that. Have we got another dotty tape runner or a refill for this one?
We've got some on the side, I think, hopefully. What's in those boxes?
Kelly's tidied up. I normally have one.
That's a dotty.
Dots. Amazing. Thank you. So we've got our 90. Cheers. That's better. Just weaving in and out all of those numbers with your dotty tape runner. The absolute perfect partner in crime for this job. Getting all of that coverage. Because it is obviously like quite thin because it's, you know, it's obviously not. Once
it's been die cut into as well, it does lose its strength, doesn't it? Paper and card.
Yeah,
like that.
That's it. And obviously, you know, like we're asking a lot of a little waste material.
This is so cool.
I think so. So we're going to pop our 90 back in. I want some foam pad strips. So we'll get those. I'm just going to go sort of curving it round.
Make it nice and sort of like proud off that background.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And I think because we've got that wood tone, we've got that sort of whitey grey, I think, again, I'm not offended by mixing and matching gold and silver. If you want to, you can add silver in other ways, like via gemstones, again, maybe pop in a bit of silver mirror behind, you know, whatever you pop behind this is going to, you know, be seen through.
You could put parchment behind it and then add sequins and make the whole thing shaker.
Shaker card. Oh my goodness. I love where this is going. This is just so good. Absolutely. You definitely could 100% make this a shaker card. Okay. So we've got our 90. We are going to break into the book for my ordinal. So I'll just grab that now. 90th is what we need.
If you use like the ordinal section of the page, like you've done with the numbers before and like inking through them, you would be able to...
like a polka dot background?
Yeah, polka dots, or like create like a bubble wrap type of effect.
Yeah, because you've got all of these, and again, you could just mask off, or you could just trim this out.
Trim that section out.
Oh, 100%. So let's pop that onto there. So we've got 90th. And then we're going to put our happy birthday on. That's going to be the next thing. So again, let's just pop these little foam pads on here. And again, you can play around with this and really have some fun.
I love the fact that we've spent this day making cards out of things that would genuinely just go in the bin.
Yeah. So we've got our little background there. We've got our little random little homemade mask. Again, that's just a super quick one.
It's so cool though.
So cool. We've got our sort of almost kind of honeycomb tiled effect. And we've got our herringbone one from here.
So many cool ideas there.
I know, and I haven't really had to break in. I mean, that was like a 1 by 3 inch strip.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And again, everybody will have sentiments.
Yeah.
Everyone will have leftover toppers.
Yeah.
And again, you can just. This has been so fun.
I wonder how many people are going to take these sort of like elements and designs and styles and like make cards or use them when they're card making in the coming weeks. Win It Weekly reminder, and then we've got another lot of deals to share with you before we go back to Bex if she's got any more ideas.
I will try.
I'm sure she's got loads. We have got our mega storage case. If you'd like to win this, and 3 people are going to win it this week, we would like you to like, share and comment. How long was the first Christmas movie? Was it A, 1 minute, B, 5 minutes, or C, 8 minutes? Like, share and comment for your chance to win, and we'll announce the winner on Friday's show for that one. Next up, we always do the best deals on our Moonstone dies.
Yes, we do.
Now, I've got a selection of different dies for you. Most of them are nesting dies, because when it comes to cards like this, when it comes to using your scraps and things like that, your nesting dies come in really, really handy for sort of like cutting frames out and creating loads of different layers. So we're going to start off with our large nesting dies. Now, these are $9.99 each per set. However, we do an offer of 2 for $34.98, which is going to bring the cost of these down by, I think it's about £5. And these large nesting dies are large nesting dies as well. They fit perfectly on sort of like your 5x7s and your 6x6 cards. So this first one we've got for you is your scalloped and straight edge nesting dies. You are going to get 10 cutting dies in total, and they sort of go from scallop to straight, all the way down. Really, really useful for using all of them. We've then got the same in your ovals. Great sort of shape there, perfect for stamping sentiments onto as well. We've got your circles in that style, and we've also got your squares in there as well. I think most of them, apart from the, oh no, that's 10 as well. What one's that one? 10. They all include 10 nesting dies, which is a huge amount of metal as well for your card making or your scrapbooking. Then we've got some of our more fancier edges. So these are the torn edge designs. Now these are beautiful for using with that script, the music notes, the craft card. It just gives you that really nice torn edge effect. However, you can still do all your mats and layers, which is really, really important. So you've got that in your fancy label. There are 8 nesting dies in that one. We also then have these beautiful scalloped lace nesting dies. So if you're wanting to add gorgeous lace detail, these are perfect. We've got different styles in those ones as well. We've got just our regular stitched nesting dies. Now these are called duo stitch because they actually have the stitch lines on both sections of the dies. So you've got your cutting line, and then you've got stitching on the above and below it, and that means that when you cut them out, you will have not only stitching on sort of like the topper section that you cut out, but also on the bit that you remove away. So if you're wanting to do apertures, you'll have that stitched outline on the edge of your aperture as well, which makes it really, really special.
So good.
So we've got them in a variety of different designs as well. I think we have oval, circle, square and rectangle in all of them. And then we've also got one of my favourites, which is the scallop dotted nesting dies. And these are, you can see there on the bottom how they look when they're cut out. You've just got beautiful like circle dot designs around the whole thing. And they're great for using with sort of like really thin lace or string or ribbon to thread through those dies as well. So loads of different styles in those, and these are big dies as well. So all of our large nesting dies you can get any 2 for $34.98. We've then got our medium sized nesting dies, and we've got lots of different sort of shapes in here as well. So these are our sketchy nesting frames. So these are beautiful. They give you a really, really lovely design on here, almost like you've cut out lots of different circles and then off-centered them and layered them differently too. We have your straight edge extended hexagons, an absolute favourite this year. This one has been reordered a few times now.
It's so nice.
Your rounded corner squares, another essential, giving that really nice soft look with your the corners there. We've got your straight edge stars. There's loads in here, 10 different designs of stars. Perfect. Stars are an essential when it comes to nesting because they're a really hard shape to actually sort of like make yourself.
Yes.
Inverted corner squares as well. This one's really, really nice. Gives you a great finish. We've got your straight edged nesting rectangles. Super, super nice because sometimes you can cut it out with a trimmer, but it's not perfect. Always perfect when you use your nesting dies, that spacing between all your layers. We've got your arched window. Really, really pretty design there. We've got your oval as well. And we've also got your, this one is the scalloped corner rectangle. Great for sort of labels with the size of the middle panel here. Pop a few gemstones on, sentiment in the middle, maybe stamped or with dies, and that one is perfect. So any two for £24.98 on those ones. Then we have mini nesting dies. So these ones were specifically designed to work with pocket pads, so that your pocket pads, the largest die fits perfectly to the edge of your pocket pad, and when we were using pocket pads originally, when we thought of the idea, your nesting dies were great, but there wasn't much room for layering.
Yeah, because they start at much larger sizes.
Really, really big sizes. So Stacey and Jen designed these specifically to be sized perfectly to the size of a pocket pad. They're fantastic. These are $11.99 each, but we've got them on a deal for any two for $19.98. Now there's 8 different ones to choose from. We have 4 that work with your regular A7 size pocket pads, and then we have 4 that work with the square pocket pads. So this one is your classic label. We also have the inverted corner rectangle. Now what you'll find on these ones as well, let me get one of the other ones, is that the spacing between your die is a lot smaller.
Like tighter. So
you can do really thin mats and layers, or you can miss one out, do them a little bit thicker so they match up with like these sizes a bit more. It gives it a lot more scope for sort of the styles of cards you can do. We've got your ovals, we've got your pretty label as well. It's a really nice design. Not only do these work perfectly with your pocket pads, but you'll also see that we've used a lot of the cards with your perfect verses.
Yeah, perfect
because
verses.
They come 4 up. Sometimes we don't want to cut into those. We want to make them a little bit more fancy. You can use these dies, they work perfectly. We've then got your circles. These ones work with your square pocket pads. We've got the gorgeous elegant label. I love these ones. You can see here that this one has actually used a trim me insert pad for the sentiment, so you can cut out those with the dies as well. We've got the ornate corner square.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's a really pretty one. Again, taking them out, twisting them around as well, creates some really fun shapes. And then the trimmed corner square. This one's really cool as well. Really nice shape that you can create with this. So all of the nesting dies, we always have them on offers on our website. This isn't a special occasion. We keep these offers up all year round, all of the time, on all of our different sizes. So have a look and grab some while you might be missing a few or you've not seen them recently. But they are really, really another handy essential to have in your crafty stash. Bex, are you ready?
I think so. I'm going to try and do a bit of die cutting if we can. And again, just use some scraps up. I've got this bit of pattern paper as well as loads of adorable scoreable. So probably want a little bit of blue or a bit of silver. I'm going to see if I've got anything a bit smaller. That'd work. Let's see what we can do with that bit of parchment. So when you're die cutting as well, honestly, I'd maybe even go even smaller. Let's have a look if we've got anything, you know, like that we've got in here. So you could maybe use, I think this is one of Amy's from yesterday. Like you could even put a small die. So let's get these flowers out.
Oh yeah, on your bits and pieces.
And then just honestly use the smallest bit you've got, or like maybe this as well. Like you just can go really, really small. They're great for die cuts. Obviously we've used them on our actual cards, but don't forget that, you know, you don't want to be cutting this flower out of a huge A4 sheet.
No. Also great for using with like your smaller mini machines too.
Yeah,
when you've got those sort of like strips of card.
Yeah, 100%.
Viv says that we should run a competition for cards made with scraps.
Yes, we should.
And then there was conversation underneath that we would have to take pictures of the scraps so that no one could cheat.
Yeah, that's very true. Like the start and the finish.
But you could do things like strip cards. So
yep.
Different ways that you've made backgrounds with strips, and then you can bring those in.
So let's cut this down to a proper size. So again, let's cut this down to a sort of...
Lots of people are loving all the different ideas that we've come up with today, though. Lots of people definitely going to be trying these out too.
Right, so let's cut that to a 3.5 square. Okay. And we're just going to lay these out on here. And we're going to cut all of these leaves out from this green cardstock. Let me just get a bit of thinner purple tape. Honestly, this could just be a week's worth of shows, scrap busting, couldn't it?
There's so many lovely comments as well about the show that we're bringing to you today. Susan said, this is such a good show. Most companies would prefer you to buy new rather than use up our scraps. So it's so kind of you, Hunky Dory. Sharon says, these techniques are wonderful. I'm loving the show today. It's getting my crafty mojo going. I really like the idea of like how, you know, we're inspiring you to use all the bits and pieces that just get left behind. And we know, because we've got them here as well.
Yeah.
You've got boxes, you've got tubs, you've got all sorts of bits and pieces.
I know.
Just under a bed, in a cupboard, and you don't ever go to it because you think, well, I've got this is new, I'll use that. But it's a great way of using all the bits and pieces that we have.
I think that's it as well, and I think it's just part of everything, isn't it? I mean, we're really lucky here that we can just go and literally grab something.
Yeah.
You know,
if we run out of a colour or anything.
Yeah, we'll just go and get it.
Piles of the different colours cut down in the warehouse, isn't there?
And it's actually just so nice to just be able to craft like this. So obviously we've got these beautiful, beautiful leaves. This is just from the stitch. Again, I just wanted to pick a really random die set that...
maybe you've got it and you don't even think to use it, or it's just in your stash and, you know, it just sits there.
But I did want something with a bit of shape because, again, what you can do is you can sort of put bits and pieces behind it as well.
Yeah.
So we could have this one here, and then we could maybe bring in some, you know, like whatever you put behind, keep your waste. And you know, don't, that's why I sort of did it in this little trio so that it'd be a really nice topper that I can put something behind. So let's start building this maybe into a card. Let's see.
Janet Downton has asked, do we sell sister dies? We have 2 sets of dies. They are, if you go onto the website and pop in relatives into the top bit, I'm sure we have 2 dies available. One of them is called Loving Relative. Oh, we've got a multi-buy where you can get both of them, or you can buy them individually. Both sets, I think, have an average of 24 dies in them.
Isn't
that
incredible?
For her and we've got for him. So not only have we got the little the sister die included, but we've also got things like fiance, wife, girlfriend, mum, daughter, niece, mother, granddaughter, sister, auntie, and then in the males as well, we've got all of your different variations that you could want or need. So have a look. I think they are on large die sets as well, so they are $19.99 per set, or you can get both the for him and the for her for $34.98. But another great sort of idea that you could be popping together and using on your cards as well.
So I had this strip here, which obviously wasn't tall enough to like cover the whole square. So what I've just done is, because you're not going to see it, I've just used 2.
Cut it into it.
Cut into it, yeah, and then put one over that side.
I like what you did before there as well, of like laying it underneath it. Do you know, having like another panel? No, the scrap bit that you've got.
This bit?
Yeah, when you just laid it like at the side.
Where?
Underneath.
Underneath where?
It was just like on top of the strip.
Yeah. I know, it's good, isn't it? It's so good.
Like that, when you do that.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that could very easily
go.
There we go, card done. Let's actually...
That was so hard to try and explain what I was...
Nat, what do you mean?
Just lead on top, it looked really good.
Yeah, I see. Right, let's get a 7x5. Have we got one? we do? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, so we've got this bit from our Tranquil. This is literally Amy's scrap yesterday. If you've watched the show, she made the most incredible card with the Tranquil Gardens. Let's cut that into a bit shorter. Yeah, sorry, Nat, I wasn't sure what you meant then. I was like,
So
which
it was
bit?
me. Wasn't describing it properly.
No, it's absolutely not. I think our brains are just buzzing today with all these different ideas. So this was originally the waist bit, and then again you can pop these on here. You know, have these sort of just doesn't that look just so great? It's just so
simple,
random, but it's so good. Anything can be a card. You can't make, you know when we say you can't make a bad card with Hunky Dory products, you really can't. And then this is just great. So we're just going to pop that onto here. And then we're going to put this one next to it. Again, it's got this great big, I think we've just chucked it under here after the show yesterday. And it's got this great big crease in it, but that doesn't matter. Again, that'd probably be, oh, should we bin that? It's got this great big crease in it, fold.
No, we can
Don't worry, we're going to cover that up.
Lie it under something else, cover it up.
Absolutely.
It's as good as new.
Cover a multitude of sins. So we're going to get some foam pads on our sort of waist die. This is genuinely the most fun I've had crafting for ages.
It's really good, and it makes you think about how you use cardstock and paper a lot differently, I think.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And then, like I say, don't forget to...
That might look quite nice, like if you have it coming down the edge, actually.
These?
Yeah.
Like coming off the edge?
Like just down like the side of the card, like
yeah.
the little bits and pieces.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really cute.
I mean, you know, it just, there's...
Like a nice little border, isn't it?
Again, there's just no rules, is there? Like, you could put them absolutely anywhere. You could just, honestly, just go...
Lay them with foam pads, pop them just in the corners together. Yeah,
absolutely. So let's pop those.
A retirement sentiment would look good with this
retirement sentiment would look so good with this. We'll see if we've got one. There must be. Okay. So again, dotty tape runner. We've used the inside and the out and the waist. Like I say, you can always make sure you like sort of square off your waist bits, and then you can turn it into a really nice topper.
Sometimes I think it looks nice, like just
random quirky angles. Yeah, why not?
As well.
Again, like you say, there's absolutely no rules. Do what
you can do what you did earlier with the numbers as well, and use the scraps as like to ink through to create backgrounds.
Yes, 100%.
There's so many incredible uses and ways that we can bring together our scraps and make the most out of what we've got.
I think so, 100%. And then, like you say, you can let your sort of sentiments and
even
your
when you've got like a brand new collection, like one thing I love to do with brand new collections, especially when we have like toppers that come through from the office and we're making cards for things, is I will just use what I've got. So I will take say one topper, one piece of cardstock, one foil cardstock for each topper set, and I will only use that.
Yes.
And I will see how many cards I can make with that.
Well, I know that's one thing that Anne likes us to do, because when we're doing the magazines, they have to be possible to craft with just that kit at home.
Kit. That's all you've got. What can you make with it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that you can't get 2 8x8s out of one topper
sheet.
set, one sheet. Just going to go into sort of I might come to my alphabet, actually, the Essential Big Book of Alphabet, and just put a little high. This is a perfect colour, I think.
That would be cute.
Yeah, and then we're not taking up too much room and too much time. Have we got anything really nice? Oh, there we are. Little high. And again, you could put that wherever. I'm going to have it in the dotty.
Michelle says I've been making flowers from scraps of
goodness,
parchment paper.
Sorry. I didn't know I brought that in.
Some ideas of how to use scraps of acetate could be quite good. Acetate scraps are really good for like bouncy cards.
Do you know, yeah, that's another, we need to do another show on this, Scrapbusters 2.0.
Because they, you could, like with your die cut pads and things like that, you can concertina your acetate, like strips, and then make like bouncy cards. Acetate strips works really good for box pop cards with like flowers coming out of them, because of course you can just have your flowers sort of like springing out of the boxes then. That works really good for that. I'm trying to think of other ways that you could do it. You could do like thin little bows on the front of your cards with like a panel across there or something, or maybe stamps on there so they stand a little bit further off from your background. There's lots of different ways in which you can use acetate, but yeah, maybe it is that we need to do a 2.0 on our scrapbusters.
I think so. Let us know.
Fiona says, this has inspired me to get out all my partly used sets that I've been hiding in some drawers.
Yeah, you do. You need to. We're going to pop some silver gems on here just because we brought that foil in, but we haven't used any mirror, or we could use these nice little crystal ones because they're just to hand. And again, if you've not got, I mean, there's quite a lot on here, but if you've not got all the same size, you can mix and match your sizes.
Yeah.
Have them in little clusters if you've not got too much space. And then I think we want a couple more just down here. Amazing. And then that is...
Look how fun this is.
So
many cool ideas in today's show. There's been loads of love from you guys as well on our Technique Tuesday with scrapbooking, scrapbusting, getting all of your bits and pieces together and the different ways in which we can use them. And it's been so inspiring to be like here in the studio and like just bouncing off all of those ideas.
Trying them out.
From you guys in the comments as well, to Bex making the cards and Lisa sat here. It's been really, really fun. So thank you all for joining us today, because we have loved it, and everyone in the comments as well. They've been so lovely. There's so many people saying that they were inspired to like get their bits and pieces out. So thank you to everyone who has joined us today. It has been really, really fun this morning. We love a Technique Tuesday.
Yes,
we definitely need to do some more. We don't do. We're just too busy.
We've
we
got
don't
so
do
many
enough.
launches. Yeah.
Next up on Hobby Maker.
Speaking of launches.
Talking about launches.
Oh
this
my
is
goodness.
a launch and a half. I mean, can you hear the sleigh bells ringing?
Yes, we can.
Because we can hear the sleigh bells ringing.
Yes, we can.
Anne-Marie is on Hobby Maker this afternoon for the biggest hunky-dory launch of the year. Tune in at 1 p.m. for a 2-hour special for the 2025 Christmas blockbuster. It is here. We are ready. At 4 p.m. as well, she is sharing with you our brand new Christmas core essentials for the year, which we absolutely love. And then at 7 p.m. you can join her, where she's going to recap the whole of the day and share with you all of your favourites that you've been purchasing. On Hunky Dory TV tomorrow, Dan is in the hot seat, which means one thing as well, doesn't it?
Oh, so true.
Christmas is here as well tomorrow, so we are going to get out of here because this whole room needs transforming into Santa's grotto. Join myself and Dan tomorrow morning to have a look at the Christmas blockbuster for 2025. We are incredibly excited.
I was going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you 100 on excitement?
I'm about 85.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
There's a lot to do, isn't there?
People know how I feel about Christmas this time of the year.
I know.
It just ruins real Christmas because I'm done then.
Yeah.
But I am excited for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So make sure you are here. It's going to be epic.